Hi there, and thank you for clicking on my video. This video is going to be covering Yareli and her modding adjustments, considering the new Archon mods that are coming out. This is going to be pretty simple. It's basically one. The other mods, I'll cover the one that actually applies to her. The other mods require elements that she doesn't have on the frame. These will apply if you helmet on an ability that procs these. But as of right now, with the base frame, if you're running solo, there's not going to be any way Yareli can proc these. So solo play, or if you're looking to not helmet anything and you like Yareli the way she is, and you're not relying on like teammate buffs, you will not be able to use these. So let's cover what they are real quick. Archon continuity. It's a direct upgrade to Prime continuity, but each of these mods are going to have a conditional proc on them that you have to meet a condition to be able to get a benefit. This one is abilities that inflict toxin status effects will apply a corrosive status effect as well. No toxin on Yareli, she's all cold, so she can't use that. Archon Intensify, 30 ability strength. Restoring health with abilities grants 30 ability strength, so for a total of 60 for 10 seconds. No heals, so she can't use that. Archon Stretch, plus 45% ability range. This is going to be the same stat as regular Stretch, but it requires that an ability deal electricity damage. And when you meet that condition, you will get 2 energy per second over 5 seconds. Again, Yareli is Cold and Slash. Archon Vitality is the next one. 440 health. Status effects from abilities that deal heat damage will be applied twice. This does not require a heat status. So if you have a heat ability, but it for whatever reason has another status effect on it, but it is a heat ability, you will gain the benefit of this, and it will those other abilities and or the other status effects will deal double damage essentially and be doubled up. So say for example, for whatever reason, say Ember 1, right, where you just cast the little fireball. Say for whatever reason you have corrosive on that as well through like some team buff or whatever. If you cast it and it doesn't trigger the heat for whatever reason. It should. It will proc corrosive. Um, it should proc heat and corrosive in that circumstance. But say you're in some like highly coordinated team and uh, your fireball on Ember again has like cold damage on it and it's not combining, or say you have like viral heat or heat toxin or whatever, it will proc anything that's a status effect on that hit. So, the best abuser of that mod is Mirage with a Ledger main build. Does nasty damage. But Yareli cannot take advantage of this because she doesn't deal heat. Let's talk about what actually does apply to Yareli. Archon Flow. And you're modding for Flow anyway on Yareli. So this is going to be the meta. If you're Yareli main and you get through the weekly challenge for call, this is going to be the mod and you're just going to slot it onto your frame. 275% energy max. It is going to be a direct replacement for Flow. Same energy. But with this, enemies killed by cold abilities have a 10% chance to drop an energy orb with a cooldown of 10 seconds. This doesn't sound like a lot, but the chance of an energy orb dropping is about 10% anyway. So it's basically, how was it described? Somebody actually said it. Hold on, I want to give him a shout out. Was somebody in the comment section? Hold on, it was such a good meme. I want to. I want to shout him out. Okay, I found it. Sorry about that. I was unprepared. I didn't even think I was going to add this. Uh, Sethanator 38. Uh, and it's true. I'm considering the new Archon flow akin to rolling with advantage. And that's basically how it is. Until this triggers, so how the triggering of this will be done is, say, for instance, in this scenario, you just get the trigger. Okay? You get the energy orb. It's somewhere. You vacuum it up. No big deal. There will then be a 10-second cooldown where you will carry on killing or doing whatever you're doing. And you can be picking up energy orbs. It's not a big deal. And now the cooldown ends. So you can then get a energy orb. This mod does not affect normal energy orb drops, nor does it accidentally trigger on them. So say, because of the way you normally kill with Yareli, is you'll group stuff with your 4 and get the bonus damage on it, and that will sort of pseudo nuke them, if you will. But the ability has to be the thing that kills them, which is going to be the hard part, because as nasty as the 4 scaling can be, it kind of has a damage limit because it's cold, right? Even with Roar, it's just kind of whatever. It's more about grouping and using your pistol and whatever. But anyway, if it doesn't trigger, until it triggers, you essentially have a double chance, or rolling with advantage, like in, say, D&D, where you roll 2 dice of getting an energy orb. But this one, it would be, you're rolling the 10% chance to get a normal energy orb, but at the same time, you start rolling another D10 die, and that one can trigger an energy orb also. So it is possible to get 2 energy orbs from the same enemy, and this does interact with Necros. Okay? So you can get a ton of energy from something, and it is just a normal energy orb. Like, it's 25 energy, right? So think about it like that. Doing the math, this provides 25%. If it triggers instantly, right, when the timer's up, this will provide 25% the benefit of Arcane Energize. So it's not a small amount, considering the price of Arcane Energize right now is almost 1900 plat. Like, it is a decent amount of energy, especially since people are willing to pay that much for Arcane Energize. This has a 10-second cooldown. Arcane Energize has a 15. Except this one gives you 25. So it is what it is. So, hold on, let's do the math on that. I think I just said that wrong. Okay, so 6 times 25 is 150. And Arcane Energize can give 150 4 times a minute for 600. Okay, so yeah, it's 25% of an Arcane Energize, with the condition that you kill with cold. So it is what it is. You can proc this way easier if you're using, say, like an exalted weapon, which Yareli does not have, but just for edification. So say, like, on Mesa Regulators, you could run like a corrosive cold build. Not saying you should, but you could. And just, like, have the weakest cold proc possible on it. It also applies to, like, stat sticking with, say, like Atlas. If you roll a Riven that has, like, 2 really good statuses and, like, a small cold proc on it, or like a small cold elemental, and you end up with a hanging cold elemental, this applies to an Atlas stat stick. So there are ways besides Frost and Yareli to get this to work, but you really got to remember how it triggers. So either way, just for the little bit of RNG, you're just gonna slot this. This is the new best in slot meta energy mod and overflow. It's gonna cost you what, one? Yeah, one capacity with a forma, and you're just gonna slot it, and it's gonna be a little bit RNG. But anyway, there you go. I hope that helps. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.